All right, man. So we this is a good day. It's a lovely, what is it? Is it Thursday? Is today Thursday? Yes.
Today is Thursday.
Today's a lovely Thursday. Tomorrow's Friday, so we really looking forward to it. We here with my brother Enoch, Enoch Mckie. This is a long time coming.
This is monumental, man.
You know,
this is monumental.
It feels good though. I know it's been, and you know, I wouldn't imagine it happening with anyone different other than you, man. Honestly, I feel like
he's trying to get opening scene tears.
Yes. You know, I shoot for the stars all the time, and I try to go for the drama. I like to see some tears. That's how I know it's real. You know, and but really though, man. I mean, to be real though, like we go way back to the east side. We're talking about middle school, Miller Grove Middle.
13 years old.
13 years old. Then running on the track, going out, playing dodgeball in the...
Exactly, man. It was good times. It was good
Axe
times.
in the locker room, smelling like
Axe, man.
tag, Axe, whatever it may be.
Yeah, after PE, man, just spray some Axe on, man. I feel bad for every period. After PE, every single time. Because the room just came smelling like funk. It smelled like mystified funk. It's just...
You know what? I want to say something what my coach used to say, man. My coach used to say, hey, you know, I want to keep it G-rated. You might have to bleep some things out, but he said it smelled like dick, you know. It's a mixture of ass and dick is what he called it. But you could just cut that out maybe, but I don't know. But anyway, it's the worst smell of it. And that's one of the most outstanding like memories I have in my middle school life. That's crazy though, is running down the halls and it just smelled like Axe. But that's it's been such a good just upbringing we had, I think, on that side. I think our youth, our childhood, we may not have had everything, you know, we may not have had everything just given to us easily, but we didn't have, I don't think we had necessarily a difficult upbringing either. I think we had an upbringing that was around friends. We were able to support and depend on one another, and it's a unique upbringing because we're still together. You know, I think that says something a lot about what our upbringing was, because we're still here today, talking, sharing, loving one another. That's the most important thing, you know, and that's just what I think it's all about at the end of the day. But Enoch, man, we come here today on BreezinoutATL, and we thank you for coming on and joining us for this time. But we want to hear more about you, man. We want to hear about what you're doing here in Atlanta, you know, and how you breathing these days, man. What's going on, and how you working to improve the space around you in this Atlanta scene?
Got breathing, man. So that's I mean, I really love your concept. Because breathing is something that is so essential to life.
Appreciate it.
But it's something that we take for granted because it's something that we literally do from the moment we're born. We never have to think about it. It just automatically happens. The only time we really think about breathing is when we can't breathe. You know, so if you're like underwater and you're drowning, you'd be like, oh, breathing is now super important and stuff like that. So it's
bring some bad memories with that, man.
Hey,
I'm telling you, I had an incident at the lake one time where it was a few years back. It was bad.
I don't want to trigger anything.
Trauma.
The trauma. So so breathing. So how am I breathing life into Atlanta?
Yeah.
So I love Atlanta. So technically we're from East Side, so Decatur.
Yeah.
Lithonia, Stonecrest area, all of it. So all of it. I get out. So people are like, you're not from Atlanta. I was like, hey, listen, I'm from the real Atlanta. You know, y'all.
The real
Atlanta.
Thank you, man. Because you know, you'll be surprised. A lot of the culture, it flows from these pockets and these areas, or these areas that are outside of Atlanta, but it flows into Atlanta because we're so close. But yeah, I agree, bro. We definitely set the tone in a lot of ways.
Set the tone. So,
but East Atlanta.
So it's the cultures here. Like so many great things are just here from. So much happens and moves throughout the United States and the world, really, and it's just coming from right here in Atlanta. The creatives who are here. So for me, a big thing for me and my company, it was like when pandemic hit.
Yeah.
George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, you know, Ahmaud Arbery, all those things, we're getting hit. It just felt like we were in, as Black people, 3 pandemics at one time.
Yeah. The
pandemic that's been going on for 400 years, the current pandemic, and then just now how people are treating us in a pandemic on top of another pandemic. It was a lot. And so I realized that I have skills with the camera, through photography, videography. My filmmaking voice is to me, it's something that, you know, it can tell great stories that are untold right now.
Right.
And so I really did a big thing of just like reaching out to different Black businesses. Like I did a lot of work with I'm talking about people who have $1 million budgets and people who have $0 budgets, and just really just trying to like believing in the vision and the process, and just trying to like, for me, learn as much as I can from these different brands, and then teach as much as I can to them, and just like, how can I help elevate the culture throughout, like Atlanta culture, Black culture, just keep elevating that culture, because I think that's the thing that somewhere in these last few generations we've lost.
Right.
We've stopped supporting our own and stuff like that, and we stopped supporting our own community. Like I said, where I live at, it's 99% Black. Where I used to, you know, when we were at school, it's 99% Black, and so it would make sense for my dollars and my skills to be going out to 99% Black, but that was not the case until I had to like strategically make it the case. You know, especially after you know, we graduated from high school, after we really got at East Atlanta, we went to college and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know, I went to Georgia Tech. For Georgia Tech to be in a 65% Black city and only see 6% of the entire population of Georgia Tech be Black, it was like shocking. Like I had never been exposed to a different culture, but it's like still the Atlanta I knew was right around me. So it was like,
you living in a world within a world. Like it is. And it's crazy how siloed it can be. Like, and I mean, it's not siloed to like the elements of Atlanta, obviously. Like there are things that happen, but I mean, you're right. Like it's different how you can go to Midtown and I think that's what makes Atlanta so great also. It's kind of like a double thing, but double-edged type thing, because you can experience all these different cultures within a single place. But that's so interesting. You talk about your brand. I mean, you in breathing and uplifting others, and in the moment, I see you rocking this piece, man. Like this is something that I love, right? Like, and you've told me about the concept, but can you talk to us about that a little bit more, and what you mean behind in the moment? In the moment.
So like anytime I'm talking with a brand or anything like that, I always ask what's their catchphrase. We talk about breathing on purpose so much. We've had hour-long conversations about it. And I have those conversations because I had to have that conversation with myself for my brand. And so in the moment is my director's ad lib and stuff like that. So people have lights, camera, action. They say this and that. I tell people to get in the moment. Yeah. So if you're the actor, get in the moment of who's this character. If you're a person who's a slatey and you're slate, get ready to do the slate. If you're the script supervisor, get on the script. Me as a director, I'm getting in. I'm looking for these things. And it's everybody get in the moment. Let's be here. Let's not be somewhere else. Let's not be, this. And if you can't get in the moment, then this is not the place for you. You know, like you said, and I understand things happen. You have personal things happen. Okay, so tell me that, and you can be somewhere. Go be in the moment that you want to be in. You know, so I tell people you have to be here in this moment.
That's real.
So
that's real. No time like the present, man.
No time like the present.
We get so caught up living in the past and the future. You know, like I talk to Daisha about it all the time, but like that anxiety, man, and worry. Like we get so caught up in that, and we can give that all away to, we bring God into everything, but like God is who I always give everything to. And I think that's so important in these things. But in the moment is what he really allows us to be at all times. It's really just worry free, man.
And it's important for me.
I think that's so real.
Yeah. And it was important for me because like, me personally in my life, I've seen everything that's happened in the past is worked out. I've seen reasoning behind it. Right. So everything evidenced in my present, it's been worked out in my past. So I don't worry about my past because it worked out. And then everything in the future, I don't know what's going to happen. So I can worry about Atlanta traffic is probably bad after we leave here, but I don't know. It could be good, but why would I worry about something that I don't know? Right. So I just be here in this moment. And if I'm in this moment, knowing my past has been, worked out, and I don't know what my future is going to be, but if the past is any indicator, it's probably going to work out. My presence is be here, be with the people, be like, we're having this interview. I'm being here with you. I'm not thinking about tomorrow. I'm not thinking about my next shoot after this. I'm not thinking about my shoot I did earlier today. I'm thinking about what are me and Ty creating right here in this moment. Man,
tell it, man. Keep it real with us. That's it. I love that. I guess You've obviously had a unique impact on Atlanta, but I want to know like what unique impact has Atlanta had on you? Like, because you're living this, you're breathing this since this is your place of birth. This is my place of birth. We don't have a lot of people who are born and raised in Atlanta, like you said earlier,
That's real.
It's crazy.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
But how has it uniquely impacted you, your upbringing and being and living here all your life?
So I was blessed enough to, when I did graduate, I got jobs that like I was traveling a lot.
Right.
So like I spent, a good amount of time in LA, Philadelphia, Seattle, nice. Portland. I've even had chances to, go a few places internationally. So I've seen so many different types of cultures.
Right.
So I didn't realize what Atlanta was until I really had to travel outside of Atlanta. So when you go to Portland, and Portland's a great city, dope city, I love Portland, but when you go there and you're literally the only black person, like I'll never forget, I saw these two little African girls and they had white parents who were adopted, and they looked at me like I was a foreign species.
Oh, wow.
And it was like, because you just don't see any black men in Portland.
That's so interesting.
So it's just like coming there and just seeing how things are so different. Yeah. So it's like really when you live in Atlanta, I think the statistics say we're like black people are like 12 to 15% of the population in America. It doesn't feel like that when you're in Atlanta, because it's like I'll be eating at a Mexican restaurant and it'll be like, it's a black owned restaurant. And you're like, okay, cool. I mean, that's dope. But other places, like to support black here is a lot easier. It's a lot more convenient. You can just, go to, there's at least a spot somewhere. Yeah. Like not 30-hour minutes away. It's like literally probably 5 minutes away.
You're right.
You go somewhere else, it's like you really gotta dig and search. It's sparse and stuff like that. And then the culture of the people, like I think, like in Atlanta, people. I mean, it might be something with the Southern hospitality, but it's like I do feel like a lot of people are like nicer. They are willing to help. Like I help so much because I've been helped so much. Yeah. So it's like a lot of creatives, a lot of people are taking me under the rings, but hey, let me help you with business plans, let me help you with camera stuff like that. So it's like for me, I do the same thing. Let me help you with this, let me help you with that. Like what can I help? And I feel like that's an Atlanta thing. Yeah. And when I was living in LA, that was not the case. It was not, because everyone in LA is amazing. And so what separates from you is like you gotta hold your little gems to yourself. Oh, so it was a lot more dog eat dog out there.
Really? That's so interesting. That's so, in your opinion. But it makes sense though. I mean, LA is, I mean, you're right. Like everybody is somebody essentially there, and you kind of have to be playing a certain way. And I feel like Atlanta is that in a lot of ways, but it's also, like you say, it's grounded in that Southern hospitality type way, that it has that to kind of offset it a bit, But no, that's so cool, man. That's so cool. I'm glad you well traveled. I mean, it speaks into you, but just it's good to be able to have that perspective and just how deep Atlanta truly is in the presence of black owned businesses and stuff like that. I know that's something we're striving to do, is to support our own community, where our dollars go to and stuff like that, and how long, I forget what the statistic is and how long our dollar stays within the black community, but
6 hours.
6 hours, man. That's just
6 hours. Yeah.
That is
according
really,
to what's it called, Triggered by Killer Mike. I remember when I watched that, he said, all right, it stays in 6 hours. Like 6 hours?
Yes. That's disheartening, man. That's so sad. But like the fact that I think we're, you create this, like we got Chick-fil-A, for example. Chick-fil-A, I had a chance to do an internship with them, and their culture and the way that they represent themselves as a restaurant, like most people see them as, oh, this is the ultimate, the pinnacle of customer service, right? Like they're experts of it. But then you go to their corporate office and that's exactly what it is. Like that's what that culture permeates from, is that corporate office, it spreads out to all their single standalone locations. But we're creating that here in Atlanta. We're creating these pockets, this culture that, to support each other, to support your black owned businesses, and to support one another, man. Like, and we create that culture, it then spreads, and it's just like contagious, man. But like, I love the fact that we're like at the hub of it, and I'm just looking forward to seeing what we're gonna do continuing forward down the line, because I know you got a ton of projects, man, and I'm looking so forward to seeing what you got to put in the air, man.
A ton of projects, man, a ton.
We would love to hear about that, by the way, at some point. But like, I know you got some stuff, some heat, man. If you could just give us a little bit of it, just a little bit.
A little bit of heat.
What you got down? What you got going coming up?
Let me see. I got probably about 3 features that I'm working on currently at the present moment. Okay. In pre-production, production, then a few short films that I'm definitely bringing to light pretty soon. Got a few documentaries too as well, and I'm always shooting for different brands. The next one that I'm really excited, like I'm writing a script right now and it's super great. And it's actually fun. It's actually really funny because it's taking on photography life and stuff like that. So it's definitely my art kind of coming into life and stuff like that. And it's really kind of dealing with this Photoshop culture and how like every single time these filter culture that we have to like, no one can show really how they truly look because they are going to feel insecure or flawed in their perception of it and stuff like that. And it's really dealing with that one. That one's called A Lone Wolf. So,
nice. So we're looking forward to that. When is that scheduled
to start? It's early next year's production is scheduled to start. So I'm really, so hopefully probably end of next year, getting a release and everything.
We're looking forward to that, bro. Looking forward to that, man.
I'm looking forward to that, man. Yeah, that one's.
So I guess you have, I mean, you deal with so many creatives. You yourself, you're a creative. You deal with a ton of creatives. You get a lot of ideas, people reflecting and you reflecting off others and stuff like that. How are you inspired, man? Where does your inspiration come from? I mean, and this kind of leads into my next question is like, what's the wildest thing you've experienced in Atlanta? Because like you obviously have to have experiences in order to be able to create things that are entertaining. So like, what is the wildest thing you've experienced in Atlanta? And like, well, just first off, what's the wildest thing you've experienced in Atlanta?
What's the wildest thing I've experienced in Atlanta? It was, I was working for, I was shooting for this other company, and me and the person I was shooting with, we went up to Burger King and hopped out the car and stuff like that. And this man was like, "Man, that's a nice car, man. Let me take it real quick and just run up and go pick up my girlfriend." I was like, "No, sir, I'm good. And he's like, I'm just playing. But for real, man, they got me ass butt naked in these streets, man. And I just need help, man. I just need $1 or something."
Oh yeah, no, that's reasonable.
And I was like, "Well, I'm going to Burger King, so you know, I can get you a sandwich." And then he looked at me, he was like, "Does it look like I want a sandwich?" So if you ever hear me say you got me ass butt naked in these streets, it comes from that story. I was like, ass
that's
butt
hilarious.
naked in these streets.
You know what? Hey, I'm gonna tell you, man, our friendly neighborhood people around Atlanta, they are always so entertaining, man. We got some, I tell you, it's some videos I know out there that are like hilarious. I wish I could post a video right now, but it's like, it's from the archives way back in freshman year of college, and there's this, I don't even want, it's so vulgar, man, I don't even want to get into it. It's bad, but no, that's so interesting though. Okay, so like, I guess that's what I wanted to know, like what inspires your thoughts and your ideas to produce and to direct and all the things that you do. What inspires those things?
I mean, as a little bit cliche as it's gonna sound, it's in the moment for me. So like when I'm in the moment, I constantly am learning. So I'm one of those people that like if a situation is going down and it's bad and stuff like that, like I'm like, what can I learn from this moment? Like, why am I here? Because it's purposeful for me to be here. So that means there's something that I should be getting from here. So let me push aside the feelings of whatever that I'm feeling right now, and let me look around and see what I'm getting from this. So like a conversation I'm having with people, like I get inspired from art, from that. Like yesterday, I was speaking with this young lady and stuff like that in our conversation, and she was so poetic in the way she put together words, and I was like there's a whole character that I just want to write inspired by you, you know, the way that like your thought process is just so beautiful. And so it's like those kind of situations. Like I'll be like when I was in college, I remember I was on MARTA one time, and I was and it was like this homeless guy got on the bus and he just started singing. Not the bus, sorry, the train, and he just started singing, and he could just blow. And it was just like you could just tell there was a group of people who were just super uncomfortable because he was homeless, and then there was another group of people who was just like
truly they were entertained.
And I was one of the ones, and I was like, you can just
right.
And so I literally, you know, wrote a scene inspired by that and stuff like that, because it was just like, wow. It's just like we walk past them every single day in the street, and they're some of the most talented people, and the talents that we never really get to like see displayed, you know, because we don't know what they went on in their lives and what happened to them, and we just, you know, walk right on past them. So it's just like
then when you take the time to be in that moment, you get to experience the true gifts that they have, you know.
Exactly.
So that's dope, bro. Like if you really take these things that you're teaching and that you're saying and apply them, you can really enjoy life more. You can appreciate life more. And that's why, like, I mean, I'm really like, inspired by just all my group of friends, you being one of them, and we have many others, and I'm looking forward to having them on. But and I'm proud of you, man. I'm proud of you for all you're doing, all you've done, and how you continuing to keep yourself, you know, strong and uplifted, and as well as your city and all the people around you. Being that Atlanta is home to a lot of transplants, you know, I would like to know, you being just being your home forever, what would you tell a transplant or someone new here? What would you tell them to do during their time here to enjoy it, to truly get the most out of it? Like where would they go, or what would they do, or, you know, just what would you tell them to do?
Well, I would tell them to get out and enjoy the city. Yeah. So I remember when I was at Georgia Tech, there was this, I think she was Vietnamese, and she was from Vietnam or something. I mean, I think she had grown up places in Europe, but really this is like her first experience like in Atlanta. And she was saying she doesn't like Atlanta and stuff like that. And I was like, well, why don't you like Atlanta? And she was like, there's nothing to do here. And I said, well, what have you done? And she was like, well, I just kind of hang around Georgia Tech's campus. I'm like, so maybe it's not that you don't like Atlanta, you just don't like Georgia Tech. Or you don't like Georgia Tech's campus, which Georgia Tech's campus was a great campus. So
it's your alma mater.
It was a great campus. But it's like, it's not Atlanta. Like, no, I will say this, Georgia Tech is not, like, it's a very different style of things that you do on Georgia Tech versus Atlanta. So it's just, I would tell people, I mean, we're coming out of a pandemic, so, you know, but the music here is, like, that's one of the things. I have met so many talented musicians here that, like, just underground, any kind of music style that you can even fathom is here. And the best people who are tomorrow's stars are performing right now on stages for $5. Yeah. Like, and it's real. Like, I was telling you about, I have an event every Monday I go to, and there's like at least 4 dope artists are there, and I'm just like, wow, I gotta work with you.
That's cool.
So I was definitely do that. Go try all of our food.
Right.
Just
all of it.
All of our food. If you
definitely
all of it. If you're a vegan, we have some great vegan places. You know, Slutty Vegan started here. You know, like, I mean, Bar Vegan is like, that's like my new spot right now.
Shouts out plant-based pizza.
Exactly. Plant-based pizzeria is so great. So good. And then, like I said, if you like barbecue, we have a dope barbecue place here. Man, I think our chicken here is second to none. Anytime I go any other city, the chicken does not slap like it slaps here.
Nah.
Not at all.
Nah, man, you're right. Your chicken, you gotta get some wings.
You got to lemon pepper. Lemon pepper hot.
Hey, I mean, whatever you. Yo, the wing, just get some wings.
Just wing. I don't care where it's from. Just get some wings. It's usually gonna be pretty decent.
Yeah, I think they all go to the same school and just learn how to cook wings, because that's just what it is. Like, Atlanta is a wing city.
It's a wing city.
But no, man, this has been great. Enoch, we really appreciate you, man. We love what you're doing. Again, we have some scents here. We have a scent here by PJL, Peggy's, our great friend Peggy. She has lovely scents, and she's sponsoring our scent this evening.
Yeah, it's called the Come Through.
Come Through. This is the Come Through. So
this is the Come Through, and it'll make you want to come through. So that's, you know, just let you know.
Peggy is the best, man. Yeah. She knows how to keep it light. And then we also got you a piece there at T, man. You know, we rocking out, breezing out the city right now, but it's representing, you know, you got your ATL there, but then, you know, we got you also a little hit on the side and the back right here, man. It's on the other side, right there, man.
Oh,
you got it right there, man. Right.
Wait, where you at?
Flip it right here, man. Right there.
Oh, wait.
You see, you don't even notice it. That's how subtle we are with it, man. We keep it low key. Yeah, man. We keep it low key.
Keep it low
key, you know, right
man.
down the corner, man. But we
man. I actually really like,
you know,
the cloud base. This is hard, man. I'm not gonna lie.
Man, we appreciate you.
I'm rocking this.
We appreciate you.
I might rock this tonight.
Hey, that's true. Hey, man. We appreciate our friends at Uscape, you know, producing the product for us. But
definitely, man. I appreciate this, man. I definitely appreciate this.
We're gonna stay up though, either way, and we love the way you breathe, Enoch.
Hey, man. Love the way you breathe, man.
Appreciate you, brother.
Always, brother.
Yes, sir.